much did Environment Minister Catherine McKenna really know about climate change when she was hired to meet one of Justin Trudeau's gender quotas? I have an exclusive audio recording where McKenna tells us in her very own words.
But let's be clear, like, climate change has huge costs now. I have no time for folks who are like, we shouldn't take action.
What do you mean you have no time? You gotta have time. You gotta. Well, your job is to have time for folks that care about this issue and want to understand it.
I don't have time for politicians that play cynical games about climate action. The cost right now is in the billions of dollars.
But politicians have priorities. You gotta have. This is the problem that people say the liberal smack of arrogance. Your job is to have time for people who disagree with you.
I have time for Canadians who disagree with me, and I have conversations with them all the time. I meet with people. I meet with businesses.
Elected leaders are Canadians, you know that.
But I don't have time for politicians who pretend that climate change isn't real.
Remember that interview? Our Environment Minister, Catherine McKenna, for once in her political career, was pressed on her opinions and her intolerance. We know what McKenna thinks of those of us with a healthy helping of skepticism for her bizarre ideas that taxes change the weather. She likes to throw around the words climate change denier, co-opting the language used to describe neo-Nazis and Holocaust desiers. That's how gross McKenna is, but it's also how gross she thinks we are. To her, we're right up there with Nazis, and she thinks climate change could be the very next Holocaust. That's why she uses those words. She thinks she's smarter than us. We just don't believe in the science the same way she does. We're the rubes. We don't have a clue what we're talking about, in her expert opinion. But what about Catherine McKenna herself? Does she have a damn clue? Did she have the foggiest idea about what the hell she was talking about when she was appointed to be a cabinet minister because Justin Trudeau needed another person with lady parts in his government? That answer is a no, and I have the audio recording of Catherine McKenna speaking to the Calgary Chamber of Commerce in March 2017 that proves it. Just listen.
So when I took this job, I immediately went to the climate negotiations. I actually didn't know a lot about the climate file. I had to figure out what this COP was. I was like, what is this COP? And many people had been in many COPs, like 13, 14 COPs. But I got there, dug in, and we were able to help. We were able to get a very ambitious climate agreement. But then the rubber had to hit the road here. So we spent the year with many people in this room, in fact, talking about our climate plan.
Did you hear that? She didn't even know what a COP was. Now, COP is a conference of parties, and not everybody needs to know what that is or what it means, but you would think that you would probably familiarize yourself with it before you go to Paris and negotiate climate targets, the Paris Accord, that our new carbon taxes are built around here in Canada, right? And you would think this person who fancies herself to have always been an expert in climate change and much smarter than the rest of us would know this very basic collective bargaining unit that the UN uses. It's called a COP. McKenna admits to not knowing where she was going or what she was going to do, but also simultaneously pats herself on the back for negotiating targets for greenhouse gas emissions caps that she thinks are going to change the world. You know what I really think? Catherine McKenna is insecure. She knows she's not very smart about climate change, and that's why she does her best to marginalize and delegitimize people who are skeptical of climate change with disgusting names like deniers. It's what bullies do on the playground. They pick on the pretty girls and the smart kids at school because they're insecure. And much like the bullies at school, insecure McKenna is mad because we don't like her, and she is going to take our lunch money in the form of a carbon tax. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. What you just saw there is my daily video here at The Rebel, but did you know that I have my own weekly full-length show? We discuss issues facing Canadian families, but to get access to my show and the rest of our amazing premium content, you gotta become a Rebel subscriber today.